It
All
is
right,
true.
moving on to the next one. Tumbbad. Yeah?
Tumbbad.
Tumbbad. This is
Tumbbad.
the... Yay. Yay. We got it. Tumbbad finally made its correct appearance. 2018 horror movie, this one is. Really pleasant to see that it was only an hour and 44 minutes compared to RRR, which was 5 hours, as it seemed.
It was 5.
It was, and it was free. It felt like 5. Like, it spanned over like 2 days, bro. It was an adventure.
Yeah, it was.
But, have you seen RRR yet? Jeez.
Bro, that shake in the head was like, I have no plans on watching
and
that.
I won't.
Bro.
I haven't and I won't.
Yeah, me.
So Tumbbad, this is one that you've been asking us for as well. You actually asked because we ain't know what Tumbbad is. You lot told us, watch Tumbbad, watch Tumbbad, watch Tumbbad.
And let's keep it a one. Like, we keep it a one. This is the most realist review podcast out here. Like, we don't really be going back like this. Yeah, we don't really be going back in time like this. But we thought,
It's
you know
true,
what?
Yeah, this is 2018.
Yeah,
We had a whole
Is it still worth it or not?
Yeah, that's what it come like. You hear me?
I'm saying this is so we went back for
But-
you guys because you
yeah.
asked. So we're here now. Tumbbad, Tollywood,
Not to be mistaken with.
Hollywood, Bollywood. Sorry, shit, man, I was gonna get yourself in trouble.
Don't get yourself caught out here now.
I'll do the synopsis. How we doing it?
It's like the grandma.
I can't even. What was that voice again?
That's real.
It's her toes, bro. It was her toes.
Oh, man,
bro.
yo,
It was her toes.
yo, flipping. I would say like the grandma, but I feel like that's gonna be too close to what we did last time with the not pussy old alien. Hear me?
They're not pussy or alien.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, dear. Have you reviewed that already?
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Stop it. I haven't watched that yet.
Yeah, I'm getting devil grandma,
All right.
demon grandma.
All
Because
right.
we can't do the Indian accent or the
We
Hindi
did it
accent.
already.
Racist.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
did it already.
That's
and
terrible.
we kind of.
Yeah, you
you
set
must-
me up about we did it already.
Zush did it already.
Yeah.
I haven't. Me, if there's ever like if there's like a single presenting role, I haven't.
Right,
This
boy.
guy, bro. Throw you under the
Yo,
bus.
my name's Zish. I'm under the bus. You hear me? Done know.
I ain't got that. I'm coming out
All
my
day,
closet.
every day. This is what this guy's like,
So,
boy. Man will sell. I'm convinced you're gonna sell man out for some coins, boy. I'm convinced. You know what I know?
Man's gonna throw the dough, bro. Get them coins.
The first offer, man, is selling man out for some coins, boy.
You see dough, and that dough in the
I'll be
middle.
like,
That's
yo.
taking the coins from behind, bro.
Yo, Zush, so like, they've only offered me the thing. They've only offered it to me, bro.
You know what?
But, like,
That's not even the case. It's just that man just took man's pay as well. Saying, you know, I could do it, you know. But yeah, go on, sell out.
wow. I feel like I get called a sellout on every episode.
Every day, every week, you do some sellout shit, though.
Cool. A devil grandma.
Yeah, like a demon grandma.
A mythological creature.
That's like a leprechaun, bro.
I was like, I wasn't really scared. Like,
you weren't scared?
wasn't very demonic. Like demonic.
I mean, I can't say like I don't do impressions, but that was terrible.
Yeah,
All right.
demonic.
But it's
grandma.
the grandma thing that's throwing me. Like the grandma should have got a high pitched voice.
Nah, she didn't. She had that. It's like a husky voice.
Yeah, it
she
was.
like demon.
A mythological creature. Okay, I got it. A mythological story about a goddess who created the entire universe. The plot revolves around the consequences when humans build a temple for her firstborn.
You enjoyed that one.
I like that, man. I was getting into my Gollum. I was getting into my Gollum.
After, like, the fifth one, I was like, oh,
listen, man. Hey, holler me, man. I got them voices in me, man.
I can tell you enjoyed doing that one. So yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say anyone's names. I'm not gonna say any actors' names because I don't know what they've been.
Yeah,
in.
we'll just be guessing that.
I don't know what the directors has done.
We have to keep it real. We don't know. We've been
Yeah.
put on, so we're learning, and as we learn, you'll get to know. So this is fresh.
Yeah,
for us.
And you know what? This also adds to. Have you seen You Won't Be Alone Yet? The one with Numi Rapace, the ones we were talking about, the one by the witch. You ain't seen
Yeah,
it?
you'll like that.
Right, so this now explains to me properly, yeah. When it comes to horror, yeah, they're also talking about gore. They're not just talking about
Okay.
to scare you.
Yeah, they're not talking shock
we were
factors.
saying like, you know, when someone says, "Oh, it's a horror," you expect to be scared. You expect it to scare you. But now I'm kind of coming to the realization that it also incorporates gore.
Yeah, you've got loads of different horrors.
It's to make you feel sick.
Yeah.
And to, like,
Well, that's gore. That's Saw. That's a
horror.
Yeah.
Or
So-
you have horror,
Yeah.
psychological horrors.
Yeah.
Scary ones,
Yeah.
spiritual ones that
So-
will fuck you up mentally.
Well, yeah. Well, we was just breaking down horrors and like how
Yeah,
much
it's
it
hard,
can
it's
actually
hard,
get
yeah.
broken
Yeah,
down,
it can get
and it's
broken
like,
down.
we can understand why it's just grouped into horror. But
Yeah.
I guess for periods of times, there were certain horrors that was more prominent than others. Yeah. So
And
we've
now
gone
I
through the
feel
scare
like-
factor. We've
now
gone
I
through
feel like we're
psychological-
getting a lot. Well, considering it's 2018, but whatever. I think
Yeah.
like it's when it comes to horror, it's kind
It's
of
more
gory.
about-
But this
yeah.
was more of a gory horror for me
Yeah.
than a scary horror. Although there was parts that I assume were to make you scared.
Yeah. This was more fantasy horror for me.
Yeah.
More
It
fantasy
wasn't
horror.
scary. It wasn't gory.
Nah.
Even though the gore, the tone was disgusting. But
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying. And there was other bits as well that was
it was
nasty
funny
as well.
So, like, I mean, that could just be down to budget
Yeah.
and
yeah.
how it's got to be filmed because they can't show certain stuff how we would see it in Western
Yeah,
TV
yeah.
and movies.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Even the part with her cheeks,
Yeah.
that was nasty. I don't give a damn. That was
Yeah.
disgusting. I was
It
like,
was.
oh. And then, do you
But
know
it
what made
wasn't
worse, yeah?
13 ghosts nasty.
Oh no! Stop.
It weren't. But do you know what
Yeah.
made it? Do you know what made it worse? Yeah, is that I saw it once and then she did it to the other one. I was like, oh man, like I could have literally like you could have just carried on and I would have understood that you took
Well, yeah,
both
sure,
out.
yeah.
You get me? Like I didn't have to see both. Like it was horrible.
Yeah.
And then even
That
like
wasn't nothing to me though. Again,
Well, hold on. Wait, let's reel it back a bit. Wait a minute.
Desensitized
Let's reel it back a bit because we jump in the middle
Okay,
of the
cool,
grandma.
cool.
Yeah.
So that was random. Jumping in the middle of grandma.
wow. But well, that's not even a
No,
pause.
I didn't say pause.
It's
You
not even
hear
a
me?
pause. It's
And
a-
man, I
that's-
jump in the middle of the
Jump in the middle and grab. Yeah, so I didn't actually know what was going on with this story until like maybe halfway. I didn't get where we was going. I didn't understand
What's
What?
halfway? Because I kind of felt like I did.
what you knew what was going on straight away.
I kind of felt I knew where it was gonna go, and as soon as we got to a point where it was a couple years later, and man saw man again, I was like, okay, I know what this is.
That's where I got to. So whenever that was when the
But even before that, he was young. Well, no, he was young for a small part of the film. That went halfway, bro. That went
was it like a
halfway.
quarter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So when that
Yeah,
thing,
well, that was
when he came back, that's when I was like, okay, I kind of understand where we're gonna go, but I still didn't understand the link with the grandma. To be honest, I didn't get what the grandma had to do.
But they
with
said it in the beginning. Like I kind of clocked that was.
Surely you
the-
only understood what happened to the what Wagwan with the grandma at the end. Surely you only
No.
understood.
They kind of explain it in the beginning. Like they told that story in the beginning. And so when you get to like the grandma bit, and then especially when you get to the bit where he comes back as a man, like you kind of clock that was the person that they were talking about in the beginning.
Yeah, but
that
you
was
don't
the
know why
person's-
she's like
what,
that.
what was it? But you know, they kind of explain it. You kind of explain it. Fam.
Nah.
I wasn't thrown off. Like I didn't
I
feel
wasn't
like
thrown off,
No, I mean
but-
I didn't feel like I kind of enjoyed getting the story, but it was like I didn't find it was loose. Yeah, I'm not agreeing with you, man.
Alright,
There
cool.
weren't no loose ends in it.
I don't think it was loose ends, but I didn't understand. I totally understood what happened with the grandma at the end when I was like, oh, okay, that's exactly what happened to the grandma.
Which was what?
Gonna have to cut this.
Why? It's been out in 2008. Oh, okay, fair enough.
No, you're right though. Actually, you're right. No,
correct,
you're right. You're
you're
bang
right,
on.
you're
You're
right,
bang on.
And-
When he gets bitten at the end, you don't know that the grandma's been bitten. That's why she's like that. You only find that out at the end.
You kind of could
No, you
work
don't.
that out. No, I'm not saying obviously because they only told you that, but I could work out that it has something to do with some kind of interaction with this thing that you're not supposed to touch or get in contact with.
Yeah, but you don't
get
know.
me? It's like,
Yeah, but you
a
don't-
bite, a touch, a scratch. I don't know.
It never,
Just don't touch this
it never
motherfucker. nigga.
explains to you why she's like that until the end, because then you see him like that and you're like, oh, that's what happened to the grandma. She was obviously doing the same thing, got yapped and
I
ended
already
up like
thought
my
they
man.
kind of explained that, but cool.
It's just
Yeah,
like
man.
Moana, bro. That's what it was. That was the curse, bro. Like that. The
I mean,
goddess made
Moana's
it-
curse was a little. I mean,
I
this
haven't
curse.
seen
Was,
Maui's curse was that's it. He did
This-
something
this
bad. He
curse
took something he
was-
shouldn't have taken. And
this curse was a little bit more.
it's an adult.
All right, well, just start. What did you think about this going into it? Because you started like you
I
didn't really know
started
what's
with obviously I was coming from RRR, so I was
Yeah.
gassed now. Like, I'm thinking, do you know what now? It's time. You get me? I found a new South Korean thing. You get me? Like I'm from South Korea. Yeah, that's my thing. Yeah, I found a gem. Yeah, and now True Man's done this, and I've come here now, and now I found out. Boom, Indians are about this thing. You get me? I'm like, all right, safe. From early though, I liked how they built it up. I liked how they built up the thing. I liked how they built up the grandma and this, that, and da-da-da-da-da. I liked it. I thought, yeah, okay, cool. I loved that they showed the grandma because there's a lot of horrors, there's a lot of movies where you wouldn't have seen the grandma. You would have had to make her, you would have had to make her up in your head.
That's like the kingdom, innit? The thing there behind the curtain.
I loved
they showed it eventually.
Yeah.
I loved that they did that because that really made a difference because it was like, rah, she's really fucked.
It adds to what you know. Okay, shit.
She's really fucked.
Yeah,
like, it's really fucked. And no wonder them man don't want to go down there because it's mad. When you get it's wild. When we got to the bit where he came back, things did start kind of being like, okay, cool, I can understand what we're doing here. Like, he's going to come back, he's going to try and do this thing and whatever. I thought the story in this was actually quite good. Yeah. I thought it had an actual deep message, to be honest. I thought there was a deep message behind this in the sense of you can have a life like this, but it comes at the cost of this, if you get what I'm saying. Like, this is the life you can have, but the risk you got to take to get that life is this. Do you know what I'm saying? And that is magnified by 1,000 at the end when the boy comes up with his idea. Bro. Because at that time, I thought, when the boy said his idea, I was like, bro, this guy's a fucking genius, bro.
Different.
I was like, he's a fucking genius. I'm like, why didn't I think of that? Why didn't you think of that?
But I was just, I didn't think about it.
Bro,
I was like,
why
that
the
even
fuck
crossed
would
my
you not
mind.
do that? That makes total sense. And it was, bro, and to be honest, bro, when the bit hit, when you saw two of them, I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, shit. And then it flashes back to the youth. Just bringing them out. Yep. 27 of them. Let's do it. I was like, bro, stop. It's fucked. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Look, it was low budget. Yeah, it was low budget. We just come back from watching RRR. Yeah, and I found out that's the highest. Yeah, that's the highest budget. I don't know if it's the highest budget Indian movie or Tollywood movie. It was a big budget. It was big. But it's the highest Tollywood movie ever. So that had a massive budget, yeah? This didn't have that. But for me, the budget that they had, the story that they told, the message that I got from it and what I was watching, I really enjoyed this. Like, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Again, it hits me that there was movies like this. I didn't know that Indians were doing movies like this. I didn't know. Like, even though, and it was was there dancing?
Yeah, there was a song and dance.
There wasn't a dance.
It wasn't a dance. There was a song. There was a song.
A couple of musicals.
There was a song. There was a song.
Yeah. And again,
when he was going through the town and the village and he's just showing you what he was doing. Like.
Again, I weren't pissed, bro. I weren't pissed at the dancing. I weren't pissed at the song. You might have caught me humming. I might have caught me humming. I was like, okay, cool. So, yeah, I watched it start to finish. I weren't displeased, man.
Talk to me, Ryan. What you saying?
As a horror film, it built up. It's like the start was like, okay, cool. I just watched Incantation. Horror it is. The build.
Did you watch Incantation?
Yeah, man, sick, bro.
Dope.
It was like had that kind of build up. It's building up well, and then it let you down with the ending because it's the horror film side of me because I love horror films. It's like this is turning into nonsense now.
The ending part did not hit like how it should have hit.
It's like obviously they focus on the greed and the old man that followed him. You know, he tried to leave the mistress with like you keep him in town. I'll pay you this, and I'm gonna go here.
I thought that bit was sick.
Yeah, like tried to outplay.
When he went and duppied my man, I thought that was.
Yeah, that was heavy. How the whole plan was. Sick. I know you're watching me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this though. When he saw the dough thing there, the thing when he's like. He still didn't click that he's dead. Like, you know, because the greed is taking over still. Your greed. Yeah. That is fake. Like, how this old man and this man got up and down there several times, like, on a rope like that.
Horror fantasy horror. Fantasy horror.
And them Indians be strong sometimes. Yeah. They be strong.
Yeah, but no, it was decent for...
Right, see, so Ryan, so even from the start, I was like, yo, sent him the thing, Tumbbad. And he was like, what's that? And I said,
he sent me Tumble.
I said Tumble at first. And he was like, what's Tumble? And I was like,
I'm looking at all platforms, you know.
Yeah.
I've got Amazon, I've got Apple, like, IMDb, Tumble. What's this?
Autocorrect failed me. So I sent him the IMDb link, and he was like, I thought so. And he was just like, I can't get with these Indian movies. And I was like, bro, give it a go, bro. Trust me. Give it a go. Trust me. So, and he watched it. So fair play, but
was it anywhere near
was it as bad as you thought it would be?
Nah, because I think horror films, I think there's a line. Horror films are always going to be like, you can, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. But I think that's because of the horror aspect. It was a horror film.
Yeah.
You know, if it had been a drama or a movie, I think that I would have turned it off time ago. I'd have just sat through it like, I've got to review this tomorrow morning.
Upset. But do you know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. For horror movies, I think this is way better than some of the American horrors that I've seen. Way better.
Listen,
it's not
way
American.
better.
It's Western horror films.
Yeah.
Well, Western. Like this is
Hollywood horror films.
Like head and shoulders better. Like than some of the ones I've seen.
Can you give me an example of a horror film?
Almost any. Almost any that I've seen.
Halloween.
The only ones.
Halloween, the new ones.
All of them.
Nah, stop.
The only horrors, the only horrors that I can think, the only horrors that I can think off my head.
Halloween 1 is legendary.
Halloween 1's good. The rest are trash.
Yeah, but yeah.
Halloween 1.
No, Halloween 1 is sick. The rest are trash.
Film.
The rest
and
are
you
trash.
This is the 80s, 70s
No,
time.
the rest are trash.
And they're called B-movie horrors. That's what
Okay,
cool. Looking for early one.
Any horror that I've seen it's easier for me to tell you which ones I think are better than this. Yeah, so I would say this was a better horror than Midsummer. Was
Midsummer horror?
It's a horror, bro. It's by Ari Aster, bro. It's a horror, bro. That's a horror.
I don't think. I mean, other than Hereditary, which was,
it was not better than Hereditary. It's
not. But psychologically, it's not.
I know a lot of people.
Midsummer was fucking.
A lot of people talk about Orphan and say that that's one of the big horrors.
I do. I'm one of the ones.
I don't think that Orphan was way better than this. I don't think Orphan was way better than this.
Orphan is 100%.
I think Orphan is good, but I don't get the hype. That's what I don't get the hype about Orphan.
I enjoy the Orphan.
I don't get that. There's a new Orphan out as well. There's a new Orphan out as well, brand new one. Yeah. I think it's a prequel. I think it's a prequel.
Okay.
So Mama as well, I thought was really good. That's with Nikolai Coster-Waldau, Jamie Lannister. Mama, I thought was really good. I would say that did more to me than this.
Who else is in that?
There's two twins, little girls, the twin little girls. But when I'm thinking about horrors, Incantation was better than this. But when I'm thinking about horrors that I've seen recently, westernized horrors, I can't think of many that are better than this. That did the horror justice. I don't know if you can think of any.
I can just look right now, but let me get into my thing. From the get-go, I kind of knew where this was going in terms of tone. Although, like, I've heard you both mention, like, low budget quite a few times. I could see it was low budget, but I didn't get that vibe. I wasn't, like, constantly thinking, looks low budget. Like, once I saw the beginning of what kind of film it was, I kind of knew what kind of budget it was, but I didn't get low budget vibes. Like, the way you lot are saying low budget was like, yo, this looked really kind of pathetic. You could see the string hanging. It's I didn't really get that vibe from it.
It wasn't low budget. It wasn't like low budget vibe. Because the scenery was what
it
was. It's real scenery.
Yeah,
the low budget was from what the thing looked like and the little.
Okay,
but that was fine.
But even that wasn't too bad.
I'm talking about more low budget at the beginning and more when the CGI aspect, not the thing. I thought the thing actually looked quite good.
Do you see when he was the rope sideways and they changed the camera?
Yeah, the rope when he was climbing in and out, that bit was and he was shutting the thing. And when the thing was trying to climb out, that was a bit like we really used.
I guess I just took that for what they were trying to portray and show. But I enjoyed. I really enjoyed this.
I don't mind low budget.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it from the beginning where they were showing like the little boy, what kind of character he was. And then when they showed that they actually grew up and he comes back, I was like, right, you was a greedy little man, but I get it. And it's like, I kind of got the whole greed aspect from it. Mm-hmm. Like,
I'll be doing the exact same thing.
You know what I enjoyed?
When I saw the old man go in that thing, bro, not all for the money in the world. But
Yeah,
I'm not going down there.
But you know what I enjoyed? I enjoyed that they didn't actually show you how he was actually doing this until later on in the film. Because for a little while, you're like, where are you getting these? You kind of know where he's getting it from.
Exactly.
But how are you getting these coins?
You knew he was getting money.
I literally just thought he was walking around and finding them in like under the ground and digging and shit. So when you actually find out how he's getting it, I was like, oh yeah, this man's different for the P. You's a greedy little man, boy. You get me?
And your mum told you greedy from young.
That's why I thought it was quite good, because it was like, right, you didn't change. Like you was one of them youths that didn't even grow up and learn. It's like you always knew that this is what you wanted to do. Yeah. But no, I really enjoyed this one. It was a fun watch. Like, it wasn't scary. I didn't really find it gruesome, but it was quite a fun watch. Like, I didn't not enjoy it. I enjoyed the storyline. I enjoyed the scenery. I thought the direction was quite good. Yeah, it was on a budget, but I felt like they worked with what they had. Yeah. You get me? No, I thoroughly enjoyed this. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I really
enjoyed this. This is number 2 for me. Like, it's another one. I was like, I got to the end and I was like, raw, like, really and truly, you know, this is ignorance, you know. Ignorant, because obviously man's just seen nothing but Superman Bollywood. You know, there was one Superman Bollywood where he's doing the maddest thing, bruv. And I'm like, this is what all Indian movies are like. And then man got licked with the RRR.
And it was
changed. Like, licked with the RRR. I'm like, rah. And then I got licked with the Tumbbad. I'm like, rah. Okay, like you man are really out here making movies.
Yeah, and you know what I want to say as well that I noticed in this one, that I think I noticed in RRR, but I didn't mention, but I really noticed. You see the songs in that? Mm-hmm. They're like fill-ins. They're like narrations that tell you a bit about the story and fill in that little bit while they're panning and doing like different scenes. If you actually listen to the song, it's like telling you the story or filling in the bit that you need to know. And I was like, oh, I didn't really clock that before, but I like that.
I thought the song was alright. I actually like that. And I liked how the beginning, because you didn't really know what was going in the beginning, because they was narrating and this, that, and then it ties in the end when he's taking the boy to the thing. And I'm like,
but that's what I mean. I when you were saying earlier, it's like I kind of clocked that. So when they did that in the car scene, he was talking, I automatically linked it.
Yeah, but that was far.
I know, but it was like I automatically linked it because I felt like I knew what that was. It was almost like a confirmation. It was like, okay, I knew. Boom, boom, boom. They did say a word. What was it that he said to the boy and that he was said? And it's like you'll know when you go into. You said the womb or something like that. Did he say the womb? But I feel like there was a word or something that he used that I feel like I still didn't totally understand what that word was.
Was the womb the place where they went?
I believe so.
It might have been womb, you know.
Yeah,
I thought it was the womb. He went into the womb.
I watched it last night, so I think that might be the word.
That was a womb. Yeah.
But I enjoyed this one. It was a fun watch. It was nothing like Triple R, but it was just another good film, to be fair.
Yeah, it was another good film. And like I said, I've come from watching a lot of horrors over the time to the point where I don't watch horrors no more because they're just all shit.
But I want to emphasize this is a fantasy horror. Like, because I got really, I kind of got fantasy from it a little bit because it was like, it's real. There weren't what I consider or what I take from horrors. There weren't none of that aspect in it, really.
Well, not even at the first bit with the grandma.
No, man.
When they wouldn't go into the room and stuff. Not even I'm not having that, bro. When the boy was in the room with the grandma.
I get what you're saying. Saying. But everything else around it was kind of fantasy.
That's cool. That's cool.
But I want fantasy horror.
I want man to admit. I want man to admit
I actually like that
when
bit.
It was in
I actually like that bit. That whole bit when she come out and then tied him up and then dragged him.
That was long, blood.
I like that bit. I liked it. So yeah, I'll give it that. But that was essentially the only horror bit.
That's fine. But I just want man to admit that bit was long.
No, it was. I enjoyed that scene. I enjoyed
Class my man and dragged him back in the room. Pull out her things. And I was like, and then his head was here. She tried to, come on.
I enjoyed that, and him trying to think of the name. That might be a bad bit.
Shit,
I might pull out. I like that, but at the same time, I was like, really? But that's why I want to say fantasy horror, because that was like some fantasy bullshit. Like, I got to say a sentence that will end this whole thing.
What was the name? Who was gonna send you to sleep?
Hasta
will send you to sleep.
Yeah.
I thought the mum was gonna save him.
Yeah, so did I.
The mum was on the way back.
So did I.
The boy died in the truck. So she's like, turn around.
I was like, oh, now you remember the name. You hear me?
That was funny. I was like, but see, that's the thing again. I need people to die if it's a horror film and like no one died. Like the guy, old man, but again, through his own greed.
The old man, the way the old man died was sick.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, fucking hell, like, Jesus Christ. Like, give the brother a break.
Innit?
Like, Jesus.
But I want to agree with you. I did like the fact that there was like a greed message in it, or like
The message
I did like,
was sick.
yeah, I thought
like, the message was good. Like, and
But
that
was
goes
the
back
beginning
to
of
like
the film.
another question.
It was
right there.
It was.
Gandhi's message about greed.
It was. It was.
Tumbbad.
But that's what I'm saying. I felt like I was going from the beginning. It's like, all right, don't go in here if you do. You greedy mom. Yeah, me.
Was it when they left the temple? Like, I promise you, never go back. It's like he's gonna go back.
Yeah, I knew that. Like, but that's what I'm saying. From that, I was like, okay, I understand where we're going with the movie.
Yeah.
You get me? But even when he went back, grandma was a tree.
She's staying
Still alive.
He's like, grandma, you're a tree.
Yo.
He's laughing,
Mad.
and then he burnt her.
Yeah, but that
And
was
it
a
was
deal,
a good
though,
message
innit?
at the huh?
That was a deal. That was her deal. It's like, I'll
Yeah,
show you
I'll
what
tell
to do.
you.
Yeah.
Just set me free.
But but there was a good message at the end as well, because the son had realized, like, okay, like, greed gets you here. So then he burnt the youth.
That
and
was
he
dope.
like,
That
and
was
it stopped. Like, listen.
Yeah,
Let's
that was
get into
dope.
it.
The
Right,
flower
this-
thing was a bit random,
What?
but I guess you had to use something.
The flower.
Yeah, the flower. They had to make the flower
Oh,
dolls.
the flower. Yeah, I mean, I guess
Yeah.
that.
I guess you had to use something to.
I feel like in Indian culture that might mean something.
Yeah, because until they don't say flower until late. So for a hot minute, I was like, "What is this powder?
Yeah.
What is this powder shit?"
And it
I
didn't
really
make
click
sense
it
why
with flower.
she started a flower business as well, because she started the business. I didn't understand.
But they end up when he's making the dolls, they say something about, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
But maybe
cool.
that might mean
Mean
let us
something.
know if that is something
Yeah, if
in
that's-
Indian culture with the flower and protecting you from like spirits or demons, etc. Is that something? I don't know. We don't know. It'd be good if you could tell us.
Yeah,
if
if
that
Their
is
version
something.
of salt, innit? Like, that's their version of salt.
I kind of thought that.
Maybe.
Like,
Like
yeah, I
witchcraft,
kind
innit?
of thought.
It's
Yeah, I
their
kind of
soul.
thought that.
Maybe.
Especially with the circles and I kind of thought that. But yeah, that threw me off. But I was like, yeah, you have to have some. Like you have to have some kind of weakness. Kryptonite flower. I don't know.
I forgot they actually had it. That was part of the CGI. Do you remember that when it was covered? You briefly see like the
little
dome.
dome.
The dome
Yeah,
come over
yeah.
the flower.
That was part of the CGI. I was like,
Fantasy.
that looked like man picked Flair from Premiere Pro. You know, like that's the little.
Oh, mate, stop it.
All right, listen, let's get into it. Ryan, is this a watch it or not for you?
If it was a horror film, I'd watch it. I would. As a horror film, yes, I'd say watch it. Just watch it.
Yeah,
That's good
Alright,
enough.
cool,
We'll
that's
take
good,
that,
that's
man.
good. Yeah, alright.
For me, it's a definite watch it, man. I enjoyed this, man. I really liked it, man. Amazon, they filtered right. They got the content right. Yeah, me. Yeah, good one for getting this one, because I say that so everyone can watch it. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it'll be hard to find. But it's on Amazon,
Yeah.
so go watch it. Yeah, man.
Subtitles only.
Yeah. Are you a dub guy?
Nah.
no,
that's
don't, bro.
So why you say it like that then?
Because people don't. Like, people go watch
Yeah,
it. Like,
see?
oh shit! There's
Yeah.
no
Certain
English
man
dub.
don't
Like, click
like
the button.
certain-
Like,
I'm a people's champ. Yeah, man. I'm here for
man
the
don't
people.
like
Yeah,
subs.
I'm for the peoples.
Certain man
You
don't
hear
like
me?
subs.
Need people like me. You bougie man and them man there. You hear me?
This is a definite watch for me. I thoroughly fucking enjoyed this. I thought it was good. I liked it from start to finish. The message was good, story was good, and I think the monsters, when they started coming out, I even thought they was good. I was like, fucking no,
they look like some budget.
they were. I don't think they look budget. I don't think they look like budget.
Yeah.
I think they looked alright. I thought they looked alright.
They were,
Obviously,
yeah, they were too
they
bad.
don't look like.
You know why it's was? Because they didn't go over the top with them.
Yeah.
It's like you didn't go, so it was
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
me?
Devil dog.
Yeah.
Devil dog. Yeah, this is a watch it for me, boy. This is a watch it. Wow. Okay. Cool. That's two.
Yeah,
that's
man.
six-
This was a
that's
good.
two watch it.
This was a good run this week. Man.
People, thank you so much for staying with us.
Yeah, man.
Do we let them know about the little switch up with the?
Next week.
No, okay.
Next week, we're gonna get busy.
Yeah, okay.
I even got an outro for next week, but yeah. I've been thinking, yo,
Okay,
we need the
okay.
outro,
Okay,
dog.
cool.
We need that little how we be ending it.
Don't like
is- Nah, man. But next week,
Alright, that's
come
cool.
clean. Yeah, me.
That's cool.